In today's video, I'm going to be going over green flags that men should look out for when discerning a woman. I do want to point out that yes, a lot of people go through toxic relationships. A lot of people have experienced a handful of red flags, but I want to bring importance to the green flags one should look out for, especially when it comes to women. Because I do believe as human beings, we are going to want a long-term partnership at some point of our life. Maybe you've experienced having fun playing around and ultimately it doesn't really satisfy you in all the levels that a long-term partnership does, for a good reason. I don't believe we're here to, kind of satisfy short-term pleasures and ultimately run away from ourselves when things get messy or hard and leave individuals because of a trigger or something that they did to us. Ultimately, all relationships are here to teach us, whether it be a short-term fling or a long-term commitment. However, if you are ready to really invest not only in yourself first and foremost, but also ready to take on a partner and to take her on as a part of yourself, that is when you are ready to actually show up in true sovereignty as a man in a relationship, when you can take on a woman as a part of yourself. And this is selfless, and this is something that's courageous as well, because a lot of men hold a lot of wounds when it comes to not only women in their life, primarily due to, as a young boy, your primary caregiver is a woman. And a lot of men seek validation and approval, not only as adolescents, but also can bring that into their adult life, always feeling the need to have this hole almost filled by a person, a woman in particular. But when we are coming at it from an unhealed space or a wound that wants another person to heal, they're ultimately going to be pouring vinegar on our wound because they can't heal it. That is up to your body, your awareness, and ultimately the decision that you are ready to take on a relationship and use it not only as an opportunity to love and to experience the wonder of what a relationship can provide in not only a man's life, but a woman's life, especially when it's healthy, but it's also giving you the opportunity to heal these wounds. Now, I went on a rant, but I had to state that because it's important. Number one on my list for a green flag is a woman who knows how to be receptive to a man. Now, why is this super important for a man? Well, not only for a man, but for a woman. Being in a state of receptive mode is something that a woman is naturally going to want to be in at some point. A lot of women block this. They feel like they don't need a man. You guys have heard it. I don't need no man. But listen, women want and desire a man deeply. They could lie about it, but they're going to come to a point where they're going to look themselves in the mirror and be like, holy shit, I was the one that perhaps chose the wrong men or pushed away the right men. So for you, it's really important to stay true to your masculine frame. And for a man, respect and purpose is huge. If a man does not get respect and does not feel like he has a purpose in a woman's life, there's ultimately going to come a point where that relationship dwindles away, because that spark of polarity is not there. If a woman feels like she doesn't want a man to do anything in her life, she can do it herself, that's a man choosing a man to be in a partner with. Although she looks like a woman, internally, she has the mind of a man. And a man really values, even for me in my relationship, I see how much value it provides a man when you are receptive to his knowledge, to his leadership, to his ability to protect you, to open the doors for you, be receptive to his compliments. These are things that knowing that he has a purpose in a woman's life allows him to show up not only in his relationship in a way that's healthy, but also it gives him the motivation to push towards his success when he has someone else along the way with them. He has someone to come home to nurture him. He has someone to talk to in a safe space where a woman can listen. Being receptive isn't just receptive to gifts, to money, to vacations and trips. No, being receptive to your man is being in tune with what he is needing also in the moments he is trying to give to you. Maybe you're going through a hard time and he gives you a piece of advice and you feel like you don't need it or you don't like him trying to fix something. Understand that that man kind of reaching his hand out in a way of giving you perspectives, giving you guidance, that's a way of him showing you that he cares, that he wants to fix whatever situation you're in. And although maybe you don't want it, try listening to him. Sometimes our partner just wants an ear to listen. For a woman to understand, being receptive to a man is also you not rejecting a man. You know, a man does not like to feel rejected, and people can be rejected in partnerships, you know, not just when you're single. So being really open to your man, being appreciative and responding in a way that's nurturing is going to show tremendous care for not only that she has for you, but also for the relationship. She cares about the relationship. Now, another green flag I want you guys to look out for is a woman who understands that relationships are not perfect. She doesn't try to put you as this fantasy character she has in your mind. She understands you're human. She understands that humans make mistakes, they have faults, but ultimately, a woman who wants to do the work with a man is a great sign of long-term companionship, long-term commitment that she's willing to take on. Now, commitment to, I think, any single human being, yes, it can be scary because you're committing a part of your life, but with that comes great freedom. You already choosing a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with gives you the opportunity to invest in one person, to build each other up, to be being the best version of yourself, rather than expecting people to just come as the best version of themselves. And when they show an aspect of their humanness, you slam the door on them and run. And this happens not only within men, but also women. So really watch out for a woman who understands that relationships require work, require time, attention, and attentiveness, but also understands that personal space and autonomy is also important. Someone who is willing to give a man space, give a man time. So a woman who understands that autonomy in a relationship is still important. Two people being whole individuals, but coming together in a way that doesn't get triggered when a woman or a man wants space. And listen, you guys, this took me some time to understand in my personal relationship. Even me, I'm talking about this, but I'm in a long-term partnership and we do the work. We constantly do the work. And honestly, it's so rewarding to do the work with a partner. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of courage to be in a long-term relationship. So a woman who also values monogamy. Now, obviously, polyamorous relationships, they're kind of happening more often. And, you know, I think a lot of the sexuality in our society today isn't coming from a sacred place. People can do whatever they want, of course, but a woman who actually values monogamy, wants one man in her corner, doesn't need a ton of outside validation from, you know, Instagram, TikTok, a woman who doesn't have to showcase her body to get other men's approval while being in a relationship with you. Huge green flag, because listen, a lot of women will fight for their right to post half naked while being in a relationship, and that is not okay. Now, obviously, some men are like, do what you want to do, baby. It's empowering. You want to go show your tits online to other men? Sure. That showcases a man who does not have self-respect for himself or the partnership. So please be aware of that. If you're the type of man who is, you know, easy breezy with women, that likes to coast, can be dangerous, because you're not only setting your relationship up perhaps for failure, allowing other men into the container, but you're also not allowing her to heal the validational wound that perhaps has been following her into her adult life of needing male validation constantly, and your validation is not enough. So a woman who has awareness over the way she dresses out in public and the types of content she posts, because ultimately you're an extension of her and she is an extension of you. You guys almost represent each other. So if a partner is showing up in a provocative way, what is that saying about you as a man, and what is that saying about your relationship? Now, I'm going to get real cliche on you guys and perhaps sexist. I don't find it sexist whatsoever. When a woman wants to clean, cook, and nurture her man, that is a green flag in our modern day society. Like, seriously, a lot of women, first and foremost, don't want to clean because you hear the songs, I don't cook, I don't clean, those types of songs programming women to think that a man should be cooking or a man should be cleaning all the time. No, obviously, like, a man can cook and clean, but when a woman takes time out of her day to do that specifically for her man to have a better day, or to come home to a clean house and a well-cooked meal, that is so divine for a man. That's what a man craves and desires, that nurturing ability that women innately have. However, a lot of women have cut themselves off from that and find it really hard to do that for a man. I think more so not because they made that decision, it's because society has made that decision for them that that's not okay. So they get triggered doing that. These three things, a woman being happy to see her man walk in the door, a clean home, and a well-cooked meal, it doesn't get better than that for a man. Men are really simple. So I think, if a woman does that for you and you've noticed it, make sure that you're appreciative of a woman who takes time out of her day to make your life easier. Because I know that men, work hard, and also in today's society, women do as well, sometimes more than men. So if you can find a woman who's really in tune with her femininity, can be receptive to you, understands the work that a long-term partnership takes, and can be nurturing, be appreciative in, the work that you put in, it's everything to a man. And ultimately, a woman will want to do this for a man. It's not something that's going to be forced or something that you have to tell her to do. It's going to naturally come out of her at some point when you provide her the safe space to do so. When you show her what it means like to be with a healthy masculine man, that is when you can inspire her back inside of her femininity. Because we all have femininity within us as women, and we also have masculinity, but we have to let the men be the men in the relationship. We can't fight against them. And if you constantly find a woman fighting against you, it's because she doesn't trust you. It's because you haven't proven to her, perhaps, that you're a man that she wants to surrender to, whether it be your advice, your leadership, or even just getting close to you. So allow her to feel safe in what you build. Allow her to feel appreciation for, the work that she does. And give a woman a compliment from time to time, okay? It's very valuable, not only for chemistry in the relationship, but just to let each other know that you love each other, that you're there for each other, and that, the little things don't go unnoticed. Because ultimately, the little things are the ones that add up and are the ones that are so valuable in partnerships. Whether it be just a conversation on the car ride home that meant a lot to a person who needed just to talk, or whether it be a home cooked meal, whether it be taking the initiative to have deep, intimate conversations on a weekly basis, asking your partner new questions, being concerned with their well-being, and also planning some spontaneous fun activities here and there. That's a great indicator that there's playfulness still in the relationship. And I think as adults, we still have to show our playful, childlike side. It's something that's a beautiful quality. And if a woman can show you her goofy side and her playful energy, I think that's also a really great green flag. So with that being said, I hope this video helped you guys today. I hope it gave you some new perspectives. And if you guys are wanting any one-on-one coaching with me where we can go over relationships or whatever area of your life really that you want assistance with, my email is down below. So please feel free to reach out to me. If you guys liked today's video, give it a like, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.